How's it going, guys? My name is Franco and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the Cronos Spot ETF submission that has recently happened. If you guys have been keeping up with, I guess, crypto.com, Cronos and Twitter in general, you would have seen Chris, the CEO of crypto.com, announced that the first CRO ETF S1 is out. Many more to come, trust the process. So this is one of those things that was on the roadmap for crypto.com, was a CRO ETF. You can see here that in Q1, Cronos ETF submission is supposed to be there. It is come, or it has come a bit early. So whether they intend to have it up and running by then, but you can see that the roadmap is still coming along very nicely. And of course, as we just said, the Cronos ETF submission has been filed, or whatever you have to do. I don't know the ins and outs of how it works, but we'll go over everything in this video that we do know. But of course, before we do jump any further, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you do enjoy this sort of content, you can see that we do cover a whole bunch of different things regarding Bitcoin, crypto.com as a whole. And if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to comment down below. Our referral code's in the description as well if you're looking to sign up to any exchanges, so feel free to check those out during the video. But let's just jump straight into everything we know. So as we said, on May 30th, Chris dropped this announcement that the or the CRO ETF has been filed. So what does this mean for crypto.com and CRO as a whole? So Canary Capital Group LLC, or Canary Capital, a digital asset focused investment firm, has submitted an S1 regulation statement to the US Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, for the first spot CRO ETF in the US. The proposed publicly available fund aims to provide US investors with direct exposure to the price of CRO, the native token of the Cronos network. Crypto.com will serve as a custodian and a liquidity provider of the fund. And then, of course, a quote from crypto.com: ETFs have been an effective means for broadening investor participation in crypto and further integrating digital and traditional financial capabilities, said Eric Anziani, president and CEO or COO of crypto.com. We're tremendously excited to see this important step being taken in building towards all investors in the US having the opportunity to engage with CRO through an ETF with Canary Capital. This milestone follows Canary Capital and Crypto.com's recently announced partnership to establish the Canary CRO Trust, the first private investment vehicle for CRO for US accredited investors. All right, so a lot of words. What do we really need to focus on in this is that so far for CRO, this is just a submission. It's just been submitted. The CRO ETF, nothing has actually come of it yet. So, I'm sure you've heard about a lot of, Bitcoin ETF submissions in the past and all these different things. And it takes a while for the fruits to bear on these topics. It'll be probably quite a while until we get an answer on whether this submission is successful or not. You would think that, considering crypto.com's current status in the US, and they're partnering with other capital and financial institutions in the US, and the current sort of, economic environment in the US being very pro crypto, that this may be passed, or it is likely to be passed. Your guess is as good as mine, but ultimately the ETF hasn't been confirmed. It's only a submission. So you could speculate that if the CRO ETF were to come through, that it should boost buyer demand, and that more people will come in and start buying CRO, which will inflate the price. But as we said, at this point in time, there isn't an ETF. So realistically speaking, if the price of CRO is to go up on this news, it is all speculation in the fact that it will be accepted and that it will also bring in further buyer demand. If we have a look at the CRO chart, it has been looking pretty decent from March onwards for the last few months. But what you can see if we zoom in on the day that this was announced, so this is May 30th, just here on this green bar, you can see that there was a short-term pump up on the news, and then since then we've pretty well retraced all of those gains that had happened on the news, because you can see pretty low wick down, and then quite a good recovery on the back of this news. So people obviously this is a good thing. If the CRO ETF does get approved, it is absolutely a good thing. All it does is bring in more capital to or more people that can buy CRO, which obviously increases demand, which should obviously increase price. But at this point in time, as we said, it is all just speculation. You can sort of flip both ways, right? Where buy now before the ETF comes, or wait for it to come later, or it could be just a sell the news event, right? These are all the things that you sort of have to consider, unfortunately. But it is good to see that crypto.com are committing to their roadmap, and we're seeing these things still come along as we've expected from crypto.com. And we're now we just ticked over into Q3, I believe, or no, we're still in Q2. We're about to tick over into Q3, and things are coming along very well. So that's very good to see. We'll see how this goes. If this does get approved, or if anything changes, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But that is going to be everything for today. So thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below with regards to the CRO ETF or whatever it might be. And of course, check out referral codes down in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.